Screen printing is an art. We get it. No one particular way to do a job. This is just our take on it, with some quick tips to help you elevate techniques while improving efficiency in your shop. All that and add a dash of Business 101, and you've got yourself a series for anyone out there. Press for time.
Hey guys, it's Damian from Dynamic Supply with another episode of Press for Time out here in Phoenix, Arizona. We're talking to Tyler today. This is episode 2 of When to Buy an Automatic Press, Quality of Print. So I think we could have gone on for hours and hours on this, but we tried to nail it down to kind of 3 main components. The first one is consistency of print. You know, why is an auto so much more consistent than a manual?
Well, when I think of consistency of a print, a few things pop to mind. Your pressures, okay, not only your downward pressure, but maybe your left to right pressure if you're right-handed or left-handed.
Sure, manual pressure may be stronger on one arm through,
Sure.
500 shirts in, this arm's dragging more, you're getting more pressure on one side than the other.
Sure, absolutely. So
Okay.
pressure, angle,
Okay,
all right,
squeegee
your
angle,
squeegee
sure.
angle, and speed. All I think important on trying to hold detail, or have some consistency in your print.
Right.
All right, on a manual press, that's a lot to think about. Downward pressure, side to side pressure, angle of my squeegee, and speed. To have that be repetitive from 1 print to 25 prints to 2,500 prints, I'd say that's difficult for most anyone, or all manual printers, where you take that and you move that into an automatic. It's a one-time setting of the speed, it's a one-time setting of your pressure, not only down but left and right. And I think it takes a lot of those variables of consistency out of the manual side and makes it, like a set it and forget it type of thing, when you go to an automatic.
Right, so even the squeegee angle is so important, and boy, you to get it the same way every time pulling it manually is going to be really tough.
Sure, absolutely.
And you want that first shirt to look like the 1,000th shirt. And the worst thing you can do is have a big run of shirts that you're excited about, but yet when you look at them, you go, this shirt looks different than this shirt. And your customer's probably not going to like that. That's critical.
Yeah, we jokingly say, unless you're looking to sell a lot of one prints, most customers want one to look the same as 2,500.
Right, exactly. So another important kind of factor here we're talking about is going to be being able to do that kind of high detail work that you might see with 4-color process, and some of the halftones and things you're going to be doing.
Yeah, so when we get asked that, some of that higher end work, that typically correlates to a higher mesh count, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you put a higher mesh count on your manual, now you are essentially trying to push ink through a smaller opening than what you were before to hold a finer detail. So again, where we feel the advantage in an automatic is you're not fighting pushing that ink through a higher mesh all day. You're not trying to overly, push, or pull, depending on what school you're from, where here, again, it's a one-time setting where you let the machine do all of the work. Letting the machine do all of the work lets you print longer, lets you print more, lets you print better on a high mesh count, which we're hoping is turning into better detail in your print.
And that kind of leads us to the third one, that these are similar, but kind of a different component of it, which is hand feel, which, as you know, it seems to be getting more and more important in the printing industry. Everybody wants that real soft, buttery feel. Some people still like the real plasticky, athletic patch look, and there's always going to be a place for that. But more and more, you're going to have to be able to put out a garment that's got nice, soft hand feel. And boy, that can be tough, especially when you're printing maybe a polyester white or something, that thick, sticky ink.
Sure.
Here's the way to do it.
Yeah, and maybe some similarity in the detail of you're using a higher mesh count again, right?
Yep.
So you're trying to put a little bit less of a certain ink down to give a softer feel.
Yeah.
And again, I'm going to say again, the automatic comes in and takes all that guesswork out of it for you. It takes the work out of that, and it allows you to, kind of take all of the 3 things we talked about, and wrap it all into ease of work for a printer doing that on a manual press.
Yeah, well, you could see, we could probably go on, like I said, for hours, but those are kind of 3 main components, and you want to be able to react to what your customers want. If you got guys coming in, they want a soft hand print, it's going to be really tough to do it. So it kind of helps you grow your business, find new markets, find new customers for your business. But we think it's important that you're kind of starting to think about these ways that you can improve your business or grow your business as it pertains to upgrading to an automatic press. So this has been Number 2 in the series of when to buy an automatic press, which is quality of print. Number 3 is up next, which is quality of life. That's a big one. Thanks a lot, and get back to work.
This episode of Press for Time has been brought to you and powered by Dynamic Screen Printing Supply and by Workhorse Products, and produced by ProQuoter. Remember, it all starts with the quote.
The home position, inner versus outer. Yikes. Cut. Sorry about that. Darn, I shouldn't have hit that.